Alhamdulillah nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruhu wa nu'minu bihi wa natawakkalu alayh. Wa na'udzu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina. May yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa may yudlil fala hadiya lahu. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wa asyhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam tabaraka wa sallama tasliman kasiran kasira amma ba'd. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wa man ahsanu qawlan mimman da'a ila Allah wa amila salihan wa qala innani minal muslimin. Tuan-tuan, my dear brothers and respected elders, a day will come, when there will be no one here, in this entire world and heavens. You will be destroyed completely. Those who live on that day will all be dying. They will be thrown like dust, and the mountains will be shattered into pieces, and the earth will shake, tremendously. That's the day it's called the doomsday. That day will come. Another doom is our death. Our death is our doom. What it means, after we die, we can do no more amal. If we do, it will not be of any use. The actions and the amal that is useful and will be taken into account is the amal and the deed that we have done in this world before we die. So the day when we die is our doomsday. The real doomsday is the day when the entire mankind will die. No one is ever allowed to live any longer in this world. Even the angels will die. The angel of death will die. Then when the angel of death is ordered by Allah to take his own soul, then only the angel of death knows how painful is the process of dying. So, a day will come, when nothing will exist except Allah. There is no one who is alive except Allah. There is no one exists actually, really exists in its true form of the word, except Allah. All the rest are created by Allah. They exist by virtue. They are created. They don't exist on themselves. Allah exists. No one creates him. He creates. And he creates by telling his command. By the command be, then everything what he wanted to be created will be created. What he wanted to happen will happen. He is the most powerful. None is like him. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is our God, the only God. No other God, no other Lord except Allah. This is the first that we have to learn. We all have to realize that we are created. And the one who created us is our God, our Lord. And there is no other Lord other than Him who has created us. And that's why we have to believe there is no God except Him in our hearts. First, we have to recite it in our mouth. Then we have to make some effort, some work which has been us, ordered by Allah, so that that kalimah that we have recited will enter into our heart, into our belief, to the level which Allah is pleased. When we have reached that level of belief on La ilaha illallah, to the level which Allah is pleased, then our actions and amal will become correct. Then we'll become the true believers with the good deeds. Then if we work, and we can never be able to stop working, so then our iman will continue to increase from becoming the true believers with good deeds. Then we become the lover of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is our actually pathway. The pathway of success is to become the true believers with the good deeds. And then, if Allah permit, then we become the lover of Allah. So in the hereafter, the lover of Allah will be made to be close or near to Allah. Their paradise, their garden of paradise, will be near to Allah's. But the people who are the true believers in the good deeds, they are much lower heavens, lower paradise. So there are two batches entering Jannah. First batch is the Muqarrabin, the lover of Allah, the one who achieved the status of lover of Allah. These people in this world also, they are known as the people of Jannah. Whatever they wish also, Allah fulfills. Whatever they want, Allah will give. Same as those who are in Jannat. What is Jannat means? It means whatever we want, will be given. Whatever we desire, we will get it. So why the Muqarrabin, the lover of Allah is being placed in the upper portion of Jannah, of paradise. And why? Because they will be able to see and visit Allah frequently, daily. Those who are lower iman than this, the lover of Allah, they'll be in the lower paradise. They'll have the fruits, water, and the Hurul Ain, the woman of paradise, whom Allah has created to be His special creations. What do you mean by His special creation? Because this woman of paradise is not only for the lower paradise, also for the people, the love of Allah. But the people who are in the lower heaven, their desire is mainly to have sex with women. Not so strong iman. They don't really love that much Allah. Love also, but not much. So they spend most of their time making sex with this woman whom Allah says have created as my special creation. So what it means, Allah will create that woman of paradise to be eternal virgin, to have eternal virgin, as if there's no man or jinn ever touch her. So you see, to have a virgin wife is a desire of almost every man in this world, except probably the West. The West, one of my friends said, I don't like a virgin. That means a virgin means doesn't have any sexual experience. In the West, people don't marry. People just make sex. So many young girls by the age of 12, 10 are no longer virgin. By the time they are 20, they are no virgin. So many boys and men has touched her. And this is common in the West. When I was in Australia in the 70s, it's already common. I don't think it's not now. Not common, it's very common. So it's very hard to find virgins in the West now. Almost impossible. But it remains the fact that people like to marry virgins. You know how an old man, when they marry in Indonesia, in the Facebook, 63 old man, he has died, his wife has died, then he visit the wife and his friend. He visited his friend and he saw a young girl coming and bringing with her water, drink. Then he saw her and he got attracted and tell his friend after a year or so of romance that I want to marry your daughter. And they get married, 63 to 18. So what is that? Why he want to marry 18? It's a virgin. In this part of the world, Malaysia, and this we may find many virgins, still many virgins, but not in the West. You can't. Because sex is almost something they will do at the early age. And that shows that to have sex are something which men, everyone love. The woman don't love so much having sex. They want wealth, money, good clothes, cosmetics. Men don't love that much. Cosmetic, clothes. That's why if you want to do good business, you must do business of woman clothes and makeup. These women, they really spend money on this makeup, want to make themselves beautiful and wearing good clothes every day. So many clothes. But men don't. But what men desire most is to have sex. That's why in paradise, Allah always mentioned about this, Hururain, the special creation of Allah, the ever virgins. Because in paradise there's a place where you fulfill your desire. In this dunya, it's not a place to fulfill the desire. It's to suppress our desire. But to fulfill the desire of Allah. This is the place, this dunya. It's not the place to fulfill our desire. So if you want to fulfill our desire in this world, like Hanzalah, then Hanzalah has made this worldly life to be his heaven. His paradise, not heaven. His paradise. And he wanting to make this worldly life his heaven, his paradise, then he will no longer be able to have that real paradise. He will not have that woman, the ever virgin woman, because you already, have sex at this early age, and to whom he doesn't marry, he have sex, and this is what happened to the West. So, why they have done this? Because they think that there is no akhirah. There's no life after death. There's no doomsday. So they make some false belief that they will not die but reincarnate. Many of these religion which are man-made, only to fulfill man's desire, not religion. So they don't want to die. They don't believe in that you will die, you will be reincarnation, you will be resurrected. You will be made alive. Instead of resurrection, they believe in reincarnation, which are in their mind, not true. That they will come back to the world, living as cats, as dogs, as birds, or as men. And they start to believe that these people, are God. They are the reincarnation of Lord Shiva, something like that, the Hindu. These are God, in reincarnation of Isa, something like reincarnation. These are all wishes, false wishes. There's no reincarnation. Once you die, you'll die, and then you'll be resurrected on the doomsday. When the doomsday comes, everything is destroyed, and the day will come. Dalam bahasa Melayu means hari kiamat, the doomsday. The earth will shake tremendously. On that day, the women who are pregnant will deliver their child. Men will be moving like a drunkard person, even though they are not drunk. So the man will be turned into dust, and the mountains will shattered into pieces. Such a very, horrendous. It's a very terrible situation. Horrified, very horrified. Then everybody died. Angel died, and Allah says, "Now who is God? Where is the God of yours that you say this, that, reincarnation? All that will finish." Understand? So it's only Allah remain, and the world is quiet as ever. So quiet, The whole earth is finished, heaven is finished. So why Allah has finished it? Because Allah wants to make a new heavens and a new earth. Then the time will come when Allah wanted to resurrect the entire mankind. Then He first make alive the angels. What angel is that? Angel apa? Asrafil. He make one blow, everybody alive. He make one blow, the whole world destroyed. So Maulana Umar Palampuri used to make this example like blowing a fire, kindle a fire. You make a fire, you blow. You want to vanish the fire, extinguish the fire, you also blow. So similarly, the world will be destroyed completely, the heaven too, but one blow of Israfil. Such a very, very terrible blow. And one blow will make everybody resurrected from their grave. So when the day comes, the people in the grave, they know already, oh, we are going to be judged now. We are alive. We are made alive now. They don't want to come out from their grave. They remain. They want to be in their grave. They don't want to come out. But Allah make a sound, They make them to come out. And all move towards the field of mahsyar. The entire mankind from the time of Adam until the last man, all will be collected. And on their day, that's called the day of judgment. Every single person will have to see Allah alone. There's no companion with him, of her, only alone with Allah. Allah will judge them with justice. They cannot tell lies. Allah knows. They try to tell lies. They think that Allah doesn't know. No, Allah knows. That you don't do it because of Him. Allah knows. You are not sincere. You may be doing good work. You think, making da'wah like Rashidi. But Allah knows whether you do it for Allah or not. But He will tell lies. I do it for Allah. Allah said, no, you're telling lies. You go to hellfire now. So, my dear brothers, you just imagine Allah alone is the judge. There's no two judges, only one can handle the judgment of each and every person of the entire mankind. Such a very great job which nobody can do. Then the people will be divided into three groups. One is the people on the right, then people on the left. Another one is the people who are close to Allah, Muqarrabin. So the Muqarrabin will then enter Jalan, the first batch. Then the second batch, the people of the right, will enter paradise. And then the people of the left will enter hellfire. So the people on the left, the first one batch go to Jannat is the Muqarrabin, the one closer to the lover of Allah. Second is the true believers and the good deeds, the second batch. And the rest people of the left will go to the hellfire. Who are they? The people whom Allah wrath is upon them. Allah is not pleased with them. The wrath of Allah is upon them. And this is all the mushrikeen, the non-believers, the Jews, the Christians, the munafiqeen, and those are those whom the wrath of Allah upon them. And then another one is the people who have been deviated from the correct path, which will make dua in fajar. For Allah give us hidayat on the path of the people whom you please. You have given them blessing, and prevent us from being among those whom you wrath upon them, and those who have been deviated from the true path. So who are the person who deviated? Are the the followers of Muhammad SAW who have recited the kalimah, yet they don't follow Muhammad SAW. They don't do the work of Muhammad SAW. They only recite the kalimah. If they do also, they don't do exactly like. They will modify it. They don't want to do. Like they want to do the work of dawah, like Nabi Sallam. No, they don't persist as such. They will modify it, and, for example, they do dawah, but they don't do with patience. They don't, when people talk harsh to them, no, he will talk harsh as well. And then he's not following Nabi Sallam. And they will not, these people who do the work of Nabi Sallam, yet not exactly like, asking him to go out in the path, say no, don't want. Leave your wife, don't want. Children, no. And then these are people who do the work of Nabi, but not exactly. So they don't have the level of iman to qualify them to become the true believers. This will go to hellfire. Those who recited the kalimah and they're not following the Rasulullah also go to hellfire. And those who have very little iman, not qualify them to become the true believers with good deed, they also go to hellfire. So the whole the people whom the wrath of Allah is upon them, and those who have been debated on the path are the people of the left. Understand? There are many. So many that the angels of who got the hell say, nobody have ever come to tell you about Allah. They say, nobody come to tell you about the truth. They said they do. They come, but we never listen. Now is the day when we have to suffer. Go to the hellfire. Before going to the hellfire, in the Mashar already, the hellfire was made near to them. They got so scared. Similarly, those who Allah have decided, Allah has made decision that there will be the people of paradise, they also can see as if it's near. So my dear brothers, now we only to become successful, we have to become only the true believers of good deeds. We cannot become people who recite the kalimah only, or not following the sunnah, or following it as we please. We cannot do that. If we do that, we can never go to Jalan, paradise. We'll go to hellfire. But the only difference is that after we have been punished, those who are deviated, only kalimah God. The only good deed that he do is reciting the kalimah. Then finally they will also go out, but very long time. And those who have bad deeds are more than the good deeds, because they are not the true believers with the good deeds. They are deviated Muslims. The deviated person, not deviated Muslim. You cannot say that. Muslims are not deviated. Deviated person, they will remain in hellfire, will burn till the time come. The punishment has completed, then he'll go there. But for those whom the rest of Allah is fall upon them, will remain in hellfire forever, until and unless Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to take them out. Nobody can take them out. No shafaat will be given to them. No one is allowed to give shafaat to those who don't even recite the kalimah. So my dear brothers, the day will come. And this now is just a story. Some people say that is nonsense. It's not. There is no akhirat. It's only this life. You do that. You can believe what you like, but you cannot deny the truth. You can tell whatever you like, but your words cannot deny the truth. The truth is, it will come. The day of the doomsday will come. The day upon which we will be resurrected from our death, from our grave will come. A day when we will all be gathered together, all together, in the field of mahsyar will come. And a day when we either be made to enter paradise or hellfire will come. And that day when it comes to us, then we will remember. In the worldly life, we used to deny the truth. We used to say there is none. It's never been, it's not possible that when we turn into bones and dust, we'll be able to be made alive again. And neither we believe that our forefathers who have died a very long time ago will ever be made alive again. So these people then will remember the day when they'll be resurrected to become alive again, when they'll be driven to the hellfire, then they regret of the worldly life which they used to think that is the only life. This worldly life is not the only life, it's a path. We are passing through this world. It's the phases of our life. Initially we are in the alam of roh. Alam of roh is what? Alam of ghaib, roh. What is roh? Soul. Only soul exists. Then we are asked, Allah asks us, am I not your Rabb? They say, yes, you are. Certainly our Rabb. Then each soul is being conceived as a baby in each of the women in the world. So we go to the places of the womb for 9 months and 10 days. And some even more than that, some less. Then we will be delivered into this world, pieces of the world, worldly life. And these are the most important pieces in our whole journey. And you don't miss this path, these pieces. Don't become like Sufyan, who want to make these pieces of holy life as paradise. It is not paradise. And like Hanzalah, if you want to make this worldly life as paradise, then you are making a great mistake. You will never have that true paradise. You'll go to hellfire. Never. And now when like Rashidi, when he makes sex with his wife, last time with girls, not his wife, he says sedap. He says sedap.
So marvelous.
So such person like him, you think will go to paradise? You cannot make sex with anybody in this world. Don't treat this world as paradise. If your wife already old and no longer virgin, don't think of marrying another girl and spending time enjoying sex. You are growing old already. Time of death is coming. Of course, no one will prevent you, and it's not also prevented from marrying another girl when you are growing old. But you know that you will be dying. Why you have more time to have sex? You should have more time to strive in the path of Allah. Even when you are young, you are not doing it, and still old now, you are not doing it. Thinking of marrying new girls, a young girl, wanting a virgin. So this is not the place. You should think of striving in the path of Allah till your death, with your wealth and your health. That means striving means to do the work to propagate the kalima la ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasul, to propagate it, to tell each and every person in the entire world there is no God except Allah, and Muhammad is with your wealth and your health. Sufyan, it's not to do only local work. We have to also go out in the path of Allah with our wealth and health. With our wealth, Rashidi, we must make sacrifice. Rasulullah, the whole life, he borrowed money. He doesn't have wealth, but then he paid back all of them. And he said, I paid all my utang, all my debt, except my utang or my debt with Abu Bakr. So that shows that he paying everything. And Allah make him possible to pay everything. There's a time when he got so much money, when Allah make, new people, new land being conquered by Muslims. So with them come the wealth. Given first to Rasulullah. So Rasulullah said, I'll take 5 days only to keep the wealth, because I want to find out to whom I have the debt. No more. They don't keep in a deposit, in a fixed account. Only pay the debt. So my dear brothers and respected elders, this world is not a place of paradise. It's not paradise at all. Don't try to make it paradise. Try to make it as a place that we need to go pass through. So we are, Rasulullah says, in this world is just a traveler. A traveler, When you are a traveler, you bring little thing only. You don't bring the whole thing. You don't bring the whole thing, isn't it? Traveler. And then you will stop. And then you travel again. That is what Rasulullah said, that we act like a traveler in this world. Don't think of accumulating wealth. And don't think wanting to live in this world as paradise. You regret upon your belief that this world is a paradise. This world is not a paradise. It will never be. It can never be. The world is a place upon which you have to obey the orders of Allah in the way of Muhammad SAW. You have to follow all the orders of Allah, particularly the order, to recite the kalimah, and after reciting the kalimah, to do the work, inviting the entire mankind to the kalimah. This is the order, first order of Allah which we have to do. If we don't do this, all the other orders of Allah become very much difficult for us to obey. Because the first order of Allah, to recite the kalimah and to do the work of inviting people to Allah, or inviting people to good, forbidding people from evil, are the toughest and the hardest. But that's good for us. When we do that work, then the love of dunya, the love of other than Allah will come out from our heart, and the kalimah will enter. When the kalimah will enter into our heart, then we have iman. When it reaches the level which Allah is pleased, we become the true believers with the good deed. When the iman goes so high, then we become the lover of Allah. That is the path. If we don't try to do this work of inviting people to the kalimah, reminding the people the kalimah, we don't to do, we can make the choice. It's our choice not to do. Nobody will force us to do it properly. Like I cannot force Rashidi. I cannot force Yazid to do it. They will have to make their own choice. Either want to do or not. To do exactly like Nabi Sallam, or I don't want. If I don't want to do it as being told, then we are to suffer. I'm not going to go to hellfire with them. If we go to hellfire, they say, oh, Amisa, please help us. Wait, you have to go to hellfire first. If I want to give shafaat to you, Allah says, wait. We make investigation whether it is accepted or not. For example, Yazid want to get shafaat. It's not, you cannot just simply get it. You have to get the permission from Allah that he can eligible to be given shafaat. And that a period of waiting. And that waiting is very hurting. Waiting for the shafaat. Accepted or not? Even if I want to give shafaat, I'll say, will be investigated first. Eligible or not? If you are not eligible to get the shafaat, then we will not get. If you are not right, definitely if you don't recite the kalimah, definitely we cannot get shafaat from anybody. Not even from Muhammad SAW. So my dear brothers, those who are not yet Muslim, please, at least you recite the kalimah with the witness of a Muslim. Like what Rasulullah said to his uncle, please my uncle, you recite the kalimah. I'll become your witness. On the day of akhirat, I'll give you shafaat. you will not remain in the hellfire ever longer. Only for, long also, but not ever longer. So this is what Rasulullah said to his uncle, but his uncle refused. He said, if I don't fear the fact that my people will call that I fear death, that's why I recite the kalimah, I'm sure to recite the kalimah to please you, Ya Muhammad. So this is the words of Abu Talib, which make Nabi Sallallahu very much sad. And his sadness was revealed by Allah in the Quran. That Allah says, you cannot give hidayah to whomever you love, but Allah give hidayah to whom He wants. Gosh.